Hey all, this is the Twin Rivers Music Scene podcast with your host Madison
and Reed. We're here to highlight local and upcoming musicians in and around New Braunfels, Texas.
We believe the Texas and Americana music scene is what truly makes this town special, and we are so excited to provide a platform for y'all to hear straight from the artists themselves.
We hope y'all enjoy the Twin Rivers Music Scene podcast and stay tuned for more interviews posted every other Friday.
No venue too far, any song at every bar, here to cover your needs. Twin Rivers Music Scene.
This next artist is a dynamic and versatile bass player known for his deep groove, tasteful musicianship, and undeniable stage presence. His style, rooted in rock, blues, and Americana, is also influenced by funk, soul, and modern alternative music, allowing him to provide a rich, rhythmic foundation for every project he undertakes. Over the years, he has performed with a wide range of artists, from emerging singer-songwriters to established regional bands. He has built a reputation as a reliable, creative musician who consistently delivers tone, clarity, and emotional depth. With a commitment to musical excellence and a keen ear for the nuances that bring songs to life, this artist continues to establish himself as a standout figure in today's bass community. Twin Rivers Music Scene is excited to welcome TCMA Bass Player of the Year, Michael Moad, to the podcast.
How's it going, y'all? Man, that was...
How do you feel? Wasn't that scary?
That's the nicest thing I think anybody's ever said to me in music in 18 years. Like,
oh, really?
Yeah, hands down.
We'll send you a copy
of it. I don't know how to feel
it.
right now.
Right.
Well, I mean it. We mean it.
Well, that was very nice. Thank you for saying that.
And yeah, congrats on TCMA Bassist of the Year. How was that?
It was really fun. You know, like those things are always, obviously an honor, but like it was super cool when all your friends are in the same place at the same time, because you normally don't get to see each other unless you're playing shows together or a festival or something like that. So it's always really cool to do that, and obviously be in the stockyards, and it's kind of hard to accept, like as a musician, like itself, as an instrumentalist, I guess I should say, just because there's so many out there that are just so good. I have a huge list of people I'm telling people to nominate for next year, because their name hasn't been on there yet, and it just, when that kind of thing happens, it's really hard to accept, but
well, you deserve
honor,
it.
Yeah.
honor nonetheless. But
was that your
definitely
first year being nominated?
No, that
Okay.
was so they told me that there was one time that I was nominated that I never knew about. Like nobody told me that I was nominated, but no, I believe it was like 2 years ago.
Okay.
Me and then Sammy, our keys player.
Yeah.
Beck was up for one, but he was in Nashville, so we stole his tickets and brought all
Nice.
our families and stuff.
As
But
one should
yeah,
do.
no,
Yeah.
we both lost that one.
That's okay. We went, what was it, 2 years ago?
I think we were there for that one 2
It's a lot
years
of fun.
ago.
Like it's
Yeah.
kind of like a NFRE kind of deal, Like everybody gets dressed up, and goes have drinks and have fun in the stockyard. So like it's a cool night, great excuse to go to Fort Worth. So.
Yeah.
So true,
We did
especially on a
like
Monday.
Yeah, we did a day trip, I think. Like we went up one morning, went the whole day, and then came back.
Yeah,
And we had a lot of fun there. It was a
Yeah.
good time.
it
Any-
happens in Fort Worth.
Any fun stories from the stockyards that happened that you can share with us?
Man, I have so many though. Like it's kind of crazy because I lived out there for a good while. Like I
really?
lived up Frisco, then Denton, and then Fort Worth for a good stint, and then Stephenville for a lot. But there's too many. Me and Randall King thought we saw a guy get killed at NFR.
That's insane.
NFR Fort Worth.
Like shot dead or what?
No, he got
From, like,
he got
bucked
punched.
off?
Like we were
Oh.
literally driving down Main,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like the year they did NFR at Fort Worth, so it was absolutely insane. They shut down all those streets. There's people everywhere, and we're like stuck in traffic, and this dude just crosses the street, punches this other dude in the face. The guy falls and hits a fire extinguisher.
Oh my God.
And like it was to the point that like, on a normal night, like we'd like pull off and see if he was good, but like we were stuck in traffic. Like there's nothing we could do. So we just went through a whole night that night wondering if that guy died.
And
We're just-
wondering if you had stopped and you could have saved him.
Yeah, I know that. Well, yeah, that part.
He's like,
got
good
drowned.
luck, praying for you.
Yeah, he's just like, man, probably shouldn't have said nothing, you know, like.
You're like, we
But-
have to drink.
Yeah.
So
No,
wait,
there's a
were
bunch
you
out there.
were you checking the news? Do we know if he's okay?
No,
So
like
it's
we didn't.
still up for debate.
Like that night got a little fuzzy, so.
So we
yeah.
still don't know if he's okay.
Yeah, no, we were with Jared Morris and a bunch of us down there, so no, it was.
But either way, it's not your fault. It was
No,
out of your
no, we didn't
control.
cause it. You know, that would have been.
Of course, it's not his
tough.
fault.
But yeah, no, we definitely got to the bar and we were just like, we need a shot, please.
Yeah.
We might have just watched somebody die.
Yeah, let's forget
Yeah.
this. Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, that's hilarious. Okay, so since you lived in Fort Worth for a little bit, how do you think like the music scene differs from Fort Worth to New Braunfels?
What a great question, honestly. Because I've been in most of them, right? You know, I've been doing this for 18 years. Like, started in Lubbock, then the Fort Worth scene. At that time, the Stephenville scene, and we were talking about College Station. Like, I remember, you know, y'all have such a long lineage of artists there too. You know what I mean? But like, I remember when JR became, you know, a part of the radio station there, and just Hurricane Harry's was it. Like,
Yeah.
that's where you went to go see
That
all
was
your
like the
shows.
shit.
But
Rip.
Fort Worth, how it differs is kind of crazy. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't know how you explain the magic of New Braunfels. You know what I mean? Like,
So true.
because they are very similar as far as the music scene goes. Like, everybody's real tight knit. Everybody knows everybody.
So it's same kind of like community vibes.
Yes, yes. And, you know, they'll always say that Fort Worth is the hub, you know, of all Texas music. But New Braunfels, like, it's almost like its own thing. Like, it's still very much so involved in that scene, but, like, when you come out here, like, it's a different thing. It's almost kind of like how Austin used to feel,
Yeah.
in my opinion. You know, it's just the rich history of the venues and, somebody's going to try to come in here.
We're
Peeking in.
closed.
Sorry.
It's Monday, Doc.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, like that's a really good question, and honestly, kind of a hard one to answer, just because of that. Like, I don't know. Y'all push out like some of the greatest musicians, like, and even the established ones, the Cody Canadas, the Wade Bowens, you know, they all flood out here. Heck, I did. You know what I mean? Nashville, all that, nowhere really compares. Lubbock's the only. Lubbock.
The only one y'all.
But even then, they're all different, because like Coe's era of Stephenville, that was a hub. You know, College Station's a hub. Jacob Stelly, you know, we were there during their time too.
Right.
It just kind of goes through these waves, but you have these central hubs that it like never leaves. That's where everybody kind of gathers. I believe that's here in Fort Worth.
So you've been here about a year, correct?
Yes.
That surprised me because I always thought that you'd spent so much more time here with how connected you are and how many people that you know. Were any people instrumental in bringing you here, being like, New Braunfels is the place to be, or did you just have a draw organically to come here?
So sort of like, so I was playing for Tristan Merez at the time when I lived in Nashville. And then I joined back with William Beckman, and, you know, I was going back and forth so much, I was almost never there. So like I moved back, lived in the China Spring area, and then Austin, and Austin was just a little too fast for me, like a little too fast, a little too noisy for me. But no, it was always a dream to live here. Like ultimately, the first time I came here, probably like 2012, like, and saw the music scene for how it is, and like I was like, I'm gonna live here one day. But no, it's just I don't know how to explain it. It's like me trying to explain Lubbock to people.
Yeah.
Because when they go to Lubbock,
Well,
you
I've
know-
never been to Lubbock, so
Oh,
explain it to me.
Okay.
I was like,
Yeah.
I haven't either.
there's a lot of dirt. You
Okay.
know. I should start prefacing this, you know, with that starting, because, you know, the way I describe the Blue Light Live, you know, people think it's this place. They think it's 3 stories tall and made out of gold. You know, no, it's a divey venue, you know, that cares a lot about musicians. But yeah, no, every time we go to Lubbock with the boys, I'm just like, home, and they're just like, what, dude? Like, it's windy and there's dirt
You're like,
everywhere.
I love it here.
And
Yeah.
I was like, well, Pat McAfee just, you know, got to experience it, and like that's how it is. It's like once you're there and you get to experience like the magic of it, like you understand. I believe that's the same way here. It's just a lot more understandable here
Yeah.
because you look around and it's beautiful here. But No, that's a really good question. I would say these are the hubs.
Okay.
I'm gonna have people come for me, but like I always say, Texas music stops in Round Rock, begins again in Buda. You know, it skips Austin. Austin is its own thing, respectfully as well. But you know, like that's kind of the crazy thing too. Is like everywhere else is Texas music, Texas country music, whereas Austin is its own entity.
Yeah.
If you will. But yeah.
If you love Lubbock like that much, what's one thing that it was lacking that New Braunfels has that you're like, I have to make this move now?
Putting you on the spot.
Yeah. What's the one thing? Tell us.
Water, I guess.
Some kind of river, some
yeah,
kind of
river.
landscape.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean, outside of like
Activities.
the obvious landscape.
Yeah.
Like, there's not much different from it because like there's great places to eat there. Like the music community is strong. They take care of their singer-songwriters there. You know. But no, it's just for the longest time in Lubbock, we thought we were the only ones that were like all cool with each other. Like there was never any drama. Anybody that had drama was like anything else. Like they'd fight or get over it or both, you know, but for the most part, like you never had, like, we don't do the competition thing. Like we talk a bunch of mess about each other as friends, you know, to each other's face. But no, like it's a community thing. It's big brother, big sister out there. Like you help. You know, that's what was done for us with Wade and William Clark Green and, you know, Red Shahan and those guys like Pat Green. They all took us under their wing the same way, you know, whoever did it for them, you know, that way. Josh was that way as well, Josh Abbott. Like Josh did that with Will. You know, it was just kind of this progression, and it keeps getting handed down. We always thought it was just Lubbock. You're on an island out there, let's be fair. You're on an island. There's nothing else really around it. And then we got into the Texas scene, like really moved to DFW, and we were like, oh, this is like statewide.
We're like, oh my God.
It's a Texas thing.
Yeah.
And really in Nashville too, I'll be honest. Like, you know, I think it gets a bad rep too. I always say anybody that talks mess on Nashville's never been there before. They have a beautiful community too, where everybody's super supportive of each other, you know, but a little busier. But yeah, no. I think that's the greatest thing about this scene. Wherever you are, it's just like nobody does the competition thing. Like it's almost kind of like rodeo, you know. You get bucked off, you want your buddy to go 90. You know what I mean? Like,
like
it's like, oh, I lost, but man, you go get it. You know? But I think that's why, like, you know, when you meet Parker, or you meet Coe, or you know, you meet Cody Johnson, you meet any of those guys, like it's almost like they're more humble now, when they were already like crazy humble then. And I think that has a lot to do with our scene and how we treat each other, you know. I think that's a lot to it.
I love that.
Long story short.
Yeah, no, but I think it's crazy because the more we ask people about just like the hubs, I feel like people's first initial thought was always Austin and Austin. But seriously, every time we ask, I like love ask that question. Like nobody mentions Austin anymore. It's always Fort Worth and New Braunfels.
But they got such a cool scene too. Like it's nothing bad. It's
we're
just,
up there constantly.
No, I mean, you go to
last
Whitehorse. You know, Whitehorse is probably one of my favorite places on earth to go because it reminds me of old Austin.
Yeah.
Divey saloon type dance halls. And the dancing, but like the bands, you know,
just like the Texas country.
Silverado, like look at Silverado.
Love them.
Watching them back in the day when it was Mike and the Moonpies, like that's like dream show is to see them in the Whitehorse. You know, that's the different kind of country. You know, I call it Austin country. You know what I mean?
So you mentioned that you played with Tristan Mraz. Obviously, you play with William Beckman now. I did see that you played with Dalton Domino.
Oh, yeah, that was the longest one.
Okay, so how did all of these like opportunities come about?
It's crazy. Just like I just explained. Honestly,
yeah, just
it's
knowing
just kind
people.
of the scene, like something, because I went to school at South Plains, you know, in Levelland, Texas, and it's commercial music. You know, you can be in, you know, Johnny Signs from Flatland Calvary's there. Randall King has his degree from there, but something they never taught us, and I don't know why they would know this anyways, is like being on the road. I mean, being in music in general is kind of like anything else. It's like it's 80% hang. Like, can you be like a chill person? Like, are you bearable to be around? You know, that's a huge thing.
People like
you spend so much time off the stage with them, way more than on.
Yeah, you're in close quarters, and you know, we're on a bus, and you know, you're in a van with sometimes upwards of 10 other individuals, you know, stacked on top of each other. You know, yeah, like it's kind of important to be like kind of chill, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
You don't want to be the terror.
That's definitely part of it, and that is, you know, something. I'm also kind of a road dog, you know. Like I love fighting it. Like I love, you know, getting up and driving 10 hours to a place that you're making $200, you know. I think that's where we're similar with rodeo as well. It's like that's why that mix of and top NFR in Stephenville was dangerous, because we all live the same lifestyle, and we're all really good at drinking. But like,
most important.
Yeah, no, it's kind of that, you know. I was kind of known as loyal, you know. I was with Dalton, you know, 6 to 8 years, I believe.
Nice.
Tristan for about 4, and then I just came up on 3 years with Beck. But even then, in those days, like the earlier days of Dalton, nobody was really working that much. So at one time, I worked for Flatland Cavalry, Dalton Domino, Randall King, and we had a little rock band called Washington Revival. But like, yeah, like those were like the dream days where you could do stuff like that. But no, I think that's ultimately it, is, you know, unbearable to be around.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of guys that are really good that, you know, just kind of suck a little bit, you know.
Like, we'll find another good person that's easier to be around.
And they can't keep the job because they're just, you know, people don't want to be around them for that long. But that's what I attribute to, you know.
No, it's very
People might say other things, I don't know, but
yeah. Well, you saying that you're a road dog, what is some of your favorite things about being on the road, and what is something that you struggle with maybe being on the road?
Okay, so it depends on what we're talking about, I guess. But like I'm gonna view it from the road dog like perspective. I don't know. There's just kind of like a freeness to it. You know what I mean? Like also like you're with your 5 to 12 of your best friends, like going through really rough stuff at times. Even with the bus stuff, like we'll go through rough things at times. You know, and our favorite thing to say is like, man, this sucks, but it would be even suckier alone, you know what I mean? Like, so just being in the suck together, you know, like getting through hard times together, it makes like the good times like really awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The guys always made fun of me. Stelly was making fun of me, but he opened for us, I think it was like last year in Frisco. And he was in his van, and I looked out, and he was using his side mirror to shave. And just that's
the image of it.
That kind of like, I don't know, road dogging, just like, you know, doing what you have to do. You know, that's how I measure, you know, a dog or an artist, you know what I mean? And that's what I always like to say. We don't play with the male female thing, because that has nothing to do when you're road dogging. Because like they're doing the same thing you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, they're getting ready in the back of a van, which is very hard to do.
Yeah.
Like it's not easy to do. Especially like putting on pants is probably one of the hardest things to do in a van.
And if it's hot and you're like sweaty trying to put on jeans.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you're like sliding in your socks, you know, all that stuff. But like, I don't know. It's just like it's the dog.
The freeness,
It's being on the road, you know, like being a road dog.
Yeah.
But things I hate. Man, that's
Putting
hard.
on your pants in a van.
Yeah, that's definitely one of them.
What's like the grossest thing that your bandmates eat that you cannot stand smelling in the bus?
That's funny because I don't really have one, because like, I don't know, anybody that knows me is like, I'm kind of like an uber clean person. Like, so like I'm always like cleaning up the bus, and we have candles and stuff. But I'll tell you, William Beckman's, it's McDonald's.
He hates
McDonald's?
McDonald's.
We can't. If we know he's going to be there within like 5 hours. He's like a hound with it.
Is that
You
like
can
a
sniff it.
written, like that's a rule that he lays down the
Yeah.
law?
It's-
That's
and we
so-
were doing it for a while, but like we like to tell the story. It's in one of his like clips, but like he's talking about like what's okay, and he was like, Burger King's cool just because they don't get enough love. But like,
Oh my
no,
god,
like,
I was supposed to be like, Burger King's the worst one.
yeah,
Honestly, respect.
sandwiches like Subway, stuff like that,
Yeah.
completely cool. But McDonald's. So we were on our way to play in Nashville, and we had to do a layover in Little Rock, and he's not there. He's already in Nashville. So we're on the bus. We all go out to the bars and have fun and everything. Come back. I had a luchador mask on. I was like wrestling people in the lawn right next to the bus. Like it was one of those kind of nights, right?
Yeah.
We got on DoorDash, and we ordered about $140 worth of McDonald's.
I can feed a small village.
Man, we ate every bit of it. But we were just sitting there talking about it, and we got done and like got it all thrown away, and I just like smelled deep, and I go, I'm gonna have to clean the bus tonight.
Yeah.
He's gonna know.
Yeah, light all the candles, get it going.
No, I don't know. Like, there's certain things for sure. Like, Asian food's fine, but like you can't. It's like at your house, you know. You can't let it sit there too long. You know. Luckily, our trash chute's like under the bus. So
there's a chute that goes down
there.
there.
Yeah. So you don't like smell anything from the trash. But Lord knows I would get in trouble. But like even then, so funny. We were playing. I couldn't even tell you. It was like 3 weeks ago, and I always mess with him as much as I possibly can. And I DoorDashed Whataburger to where we were at because we couldn't really get out. So like, I told him, I was like, hey man, like, I just got some Whataburger. I'm gonna just eat it real quick up here. And he just like shut down. He was like so sad, and I ate it on the curb. Like I ate it on the curb. I just sat out there, ate it on the curb, and I came back up, and he was like, where's your Whataburger? And I was like, I already ate it. And he's like, oh, thank God. And he was like, I didn't want to have to tell you no, but like, it's mainly like ketchup and fries, which I get
like
too.
Smell?
Yeah, like if it's been sitting there too long, like open ketchup and like fries, like how that kind of smells. So I kind of get it.
Yeah.
But for me, like, no, I've been in vans with like 9 sweaty dudes that haven't showered in a couple of days. So like,
just right.
I'm kind of desensitized to it all now, but that's honestly probably why I'm so clean now. Is because those days.
Like you probably like crave to be clean.
That's fair.
What you've endured.
Like, onions, I guess that'd be one. Like anything with like heavy onions, like probably don't eat that on the bus.
Probably don't.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question. Have you always like just wanted to be in a band, or have you ever like had a band where you were the lead guy? Like, did you ever want to pursue like
be a singer, songwriter,
no
or anything?
Way. I mean, for the money, maybe. But like, no
like, you never once was like, maybe I should go off and do my own thing at the beginning.
No, I mean that would be cool, like in a creative way, like to create like that. Because I am really jealous of them. Like they can be going through certain things in their lives, and they can express themselves through that. Whereas mine is mainly like just like anger in a show, just headbanging. Like, no. I always tell people that. Like, that's a really good question. And this is nothing towards any of the guys that do approach this stuff, but man, I'm stressed out enough.
Totally.
Like they, I always tell people, the stress that we have as instrumentalists, like go ahead and multiply that by 1 million for a singer, because like this is their one shot under that name. I can go play for somebody else.
That's a good point.
But no, I couldn't deal with that kind of pressure, especially like the fame level too. Like I don't like people that much, like I kind of get nervous in crowds if I haven't had like a drink or anything. So like, no, I would hate that.
So if someone ran up to you and you're like, oh my God, it's Michael
no.
Moad.
Y'all saw how I was in the intro. I was just like crawling
like,
inside of myself like, oh no.
You're like, seriously, stop saying nice things about me.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny that you say that though, because we actually watched our friends play. They opened up for Reckless Kelly at Green Hall the other day, and I was laughing to myself, not at them. I love them. But 2 of the guys were singers, Hayden Redwine and Sean from the Ransom Brothers, and then we had the 2 band guys and Sal
and Cole.
Yeah, Sal and Cole were like jamming, have the best time, and then like the 2 like
the
Hayden and Sean were like very more like stoic, and like not
just
obviously
nervous.
They were great, but it was just funny to see like the difference between like the instrumentalists and like the lead guys. Like they have a lot of pressure and they're trying to focus and get it all right.
Yep. Yeah, no, and their schedules are absolutely bonkers. Like it's so funny. Like I'll sometimes catch Beck like just over his shoulder walking past him, and he's looking at his like Google calendar.
Yeah.
And it's all these colors of stuff, and I'm just like, is that real? And he was like, yeah. He's like, that's my every month.
Yeah, at least he's organized.
Yeah, no. But no, I like my instrument because, they always say, you don't go into a skyscraper looking at the floor. You go in looking at the top, right? Unless that floor fails, and then that's all everybody can talk about. The building comes down. That's bass guitar,
Okay.
It's kind of interesting that, you know, it lines up B-A-S-E and B-A-S-S, bass.
Oh, yeah.
Bass of the band. you
Yeah.
know?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Never heard that before.
It's known as the noble instrument because you don't get too much love. But
Did you
know.
always want to play bass?
So that's somebody asked me this the other day at the TCMA deal. No, like most bass players, I was like 14, I think, 13 or 14, and I got my first Yamaha guitar.
Nice.
Like, looked like a Strat, but it wasn't a Strat. But yeah, and I was decent at it, but my buddies were like way better. Like they were way better at guitar, so they were like, dude, like we want to jam. We don't need like 5 guitarists, like try out bass. And I did, and I fell in love with it. Like I played in church band mostly,
Okay.
like junior high to high school-ish. But
Yeah. What is a stereotype about bass players that is absolutely true and absolutely false?
how much tea are we wanting to go?
We
We
want
need a
all the
lot
tea.
of tea.
Are we wanting
We
tea?
came into
We
this
came
with
to
Bass
gossip.
players don't get girls because
Okay.
like there's some
Really?
of these dudes out here, they're just straight up heartthrobs.
Yeah.
It's not me, but like
You've got a great girl.
I
so
lucked
you go
out.
against
I lucked
that.
out.
You
Yeah.
did.
got-
Tracy's awesome.
amazing woman.
Yeah.
Amazing, beautiful woman. But like, you know, that's like the running joke, the like stereotype. But like every time I'm doing that, I'm like, dude, have you seen Bill Corbin? That dude is built like an action figure. Like he's built, you know, and he's the sweetest human on earth and like great bass player. Like Chase Satterwhite, like that dude. Yeah, like that's one, I guess. That's kind of weird.
That they don't get girls is the
Yeah,
stereotype.
yeah.
And it's
like,
not true.
No, like that's
Heard it here
also a
first.
weird one for drummers. They say that drummers don't. I'm like, no, drummers, like all the girls go after drummers.
I think from
Yeah.
like an audience perspective, a lot of people just don't see the drummer physically
No.
on stage, like where they're standing. But I could see in that like just a societal way, like
Yeah.
people were like, "Oh my god, it's a drummer."
We always laugh about drummers because I feel like every time we take pictures, the drummers are always the ones that smile.
Because they're like, "My
'Cause I
shot."
feel like they're like craving
yeah.
attention.
I'm not back here in the back anymore.
They're like, "Can you
When
see me?"
they're
Yeah.
arguably the most important person in the band. In my opinion, the most important. You know, because without them, them and the sound engineer, we would sound terrible. It would be so bad.
Beat.
But I don't know. That's kind of a funny question for me too. Something that when I was younger, you know, because I listened in high school, like I loved country, you know, and all that stuff. But like big metalhead, you know, have metal lyrics tattooed on me, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, watching those kind of guys move and like work. Watching Hendrix, not a bass player, but like watching, you know, his stage presence and things like that. That is one thing that always kind of irked me. That was a stereotype, is that the bass player is supposed to just stand there and play.
Okay.
Nothing against those guys that do, because usually those guys that do are like absolute dogs, like
Yeah.
some of the best. But like, I've always kind of said, like, you don't have to. You know, you can have lead guitarist energy on stage. Have fun.
Yeah.
You can, if standing there and just tapping your foot is fun to you, like, do it, right? But like, there's nothing that says you have to.
Love
What are some of your favorite facial expressions that you do on stage?
Oh, man.
And can you get really close to the camera and show us some? We'll zoom in.
Or do they just happen organically?
They do.
Okay.
So
Do
Do
like,
you have a go-to? Like,
I call them my John Mayerisms.
Okay.
Like, because like John, like back in the day, like not comparing myself to John Mayer. That's
can.
just
Okay.
the closest
This is your
thing is my
podcast
stupid
episode.
faces.
Yes.
Like,
This is you.
Yeah,
You want to compare yourself
this
to
is
John
your-
Mayer? You go ahead.
no,
and do it.
absolutely not. But no, like that's what we always called him in college, right? Was like the John Mayer face, because like he would always make these just like, but really it's called the stank face, right? But like, I don't know, like I've been told here recently, like that I look mad, you know? I'm
Okay.
just like, I'm ADHD, like, and I don't take medicine. So I'm like trying to focus as
Yeah.
hard as I can, but like also have fun. Like, don't take it too seriously. But I don't know, like, we were kind of going through my old pictures for the TCMA stuff, and like, it just, how it's progressed over time is crazy, because it hasn't stopped in the slightest. But like, I don't know, like, it's just like a mean mug, or like,
Can you just show it to us?
it's just like,
That's a good stank
Stank,
face.
Good.
Yeah.
just
You're just vibing.
it's mainly like, I don't know, Flea said it once, you know, I cried during his acceptance speech for Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you know. He said, you know, when we're locked in, when we're tight, you know, when we're hitting it, he goes, I'm lost. He was like, and in that moment, I am truly free of everything, and I am truly one with everything. And I think that's why I bawled the first time I saw it, because I never heard anybody explain that feeling before. Of just like, you're with your dudes, like it's a great crowd, like you're having fun, everybody's hitting on all cylinders. But mine recently now is I like to go yell at them as loud as I can. Like people in the front row are so confused. But
Yell
just
at your
like,
bandmates or at the crowd?
oh yeah, no,
Okay.
like at them. But like no, like my main target is Seth.
Yeah.
Just because Seth, like, you know, he just like he's such a like kind of quiet dude, like, and just like, you know, he still gets after it, don't get me wrong, but like he's always just kind of fun to mess with, you know, in general. But like I'll go up to him and he's just laying down something, you know, just super tasty, and I just get as close to his ear as I can. I go, yeah. And same with Beck. It's like whenever Beck comes over to my side and leans against me, I'm just like, yeah. But I don't know. Like, there's another one. It's like that. I don't know what's happening. I think it's like sometimes like Danced All Night Long. It has that bass part, the do do do. So I'm doing that. Yeah. Like while I'm playing it, I'm doing boo boo boo.
So you're like.
But every picture, it looks like. No, the facial expressions are they'll probably be more famous than I'll ever be in my life. It's just people are like, what are you doing up there? I'm having fun, man.
Yeah,
no, they're like, Michael Moad is an icon.
That's a Michael Moad face if I've ever seen one. Yeah,
no,
that's funny.
I always look like I'm about to like fight my bandmates like all the time. It's just because like it's that stank face. Like you can just hear what they're doing, and it's just like.
You mean business.
I love that.
What's
funny?
Here?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I love that. Yeah. Everybody asks that. Everybody's like, can you? I'm like, what do they take us for?
I know, we're PG. What's funny is, so Seth actually came into Riley's the other day to buy one of our new hats, and we were talking about how y'all used to be roommates.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I messaged him before I came in here, and I was like, what's a funny question we could ask Michael that, like, he'd be like, how do you even know that? Or, like, who is that coming from?
Oh, man.
And he's like, I can't think of one off the top of my head right now, but you should ask him. Who's your favorite guitar player and why is it Seth Key? But I'm telling you now that he said that because I can't follow up with your story about him
really brought him up.
and say it. But that was his question to you.
Man, that's a very Seth question. We love Seth. Like Seth.
How was being roommates with a bandmate?
It's good because you already kind of are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm a little bit intense, like on cleaning, but like.
I feel like that's the best kind of roommate to have.
I was gonna say cleaning is totally.
He wasn't
fine.
ever bad though. Like I've definitely lived with some people that were like really bad, but like no, Seth. So his new roommate is Matty Polo.
Okay.
And if nobody knows who Matty
Guitar
Polo is,
maker, right?
No, so he's our merch guy, but he also does like drum tech stuff for like Cross Canadian.
Cool.
And if you ever get a chance to meet Matthew Polo, you have to. He is the sweetest human being you've ever met on this earth.
Cool.
But they're roommates now, and like Polo was asking me, he was like, so how is Seth? Like, I was like, dude, honestly, like possibly one of the better roommates because like 90% of the time he's playing guitar. Like he's just off in his room.
He's gone. That's why he's the best.
Playing guitar, and then like we hang out and watch football, or he's working out, you know. But he's never like up in your business, or like he's usually doing his own thing.
Yeah.
But Seth Key, like he's by far one of the best guitarists I've ever played with.
That's awesome.
Hands down. No.
Okay, let's
shout out Seth.
Yeah.
Okay, since we're talking about some of your bandmates, we're gonna ask like a little questionnaire about y'all's dynamic.
Okay.
And it's another tea session.
Okay.
Okay, well, one of the ones we already answered, but we can ask again. What is an unspoken rule that exists in the band van or bus that no one dares to violate? I know you said McDonald's.
That's probably it. I mean, there's like a universal one, but that's for like every bus.
What is it?
No number twos on the bus.
Oh.
Like you can't, like you
physically can't.
cannot do it. Yeah, no, it messes
So what do y'all do? Just like say
so that's probably one of the hardest things on being on the bus is like you got to pray that you're at the place in the morning when you get there.
Wait, really? Because you can't pull over?
I mean, you can. Yeah, no, we do. But
Okay.
you're going to get a lot of help from everybody else for making
then
them
everybody's gonna
stop.
know.
Yeah. So it's like physically not attainable for the best for y'all to do that, or it's just like everyone.
I mean,
be
it
pissed off?
It'll
is on
stink.
like the craziest. Do we want to go there?
Yeah.
Kind of.
let's
I'm
go
curious
there.
now.
Okay, so they call it hot bagging it.
Okay.
Right?
We have a term.
Yes. So it's an old school thing. You get a trash bag and you put it in the toilet.
Gotcha.
And then they say you're supposed to throw it out the window, but I don't know about that. Because, like, what if you hit somebody's car? Like,
On the
it's just
windshield?
like, is that shit? Like, what is that?
Wait,
Somebody's
stop.
already late for work and
Yeah.
they just get a shit-covered windshield? Like, no.
We'd
But,
be like, "We're not
no,
going
I
out."
would say it's probably the McDonald's thing. Like, that's a no one, like, no, and we just got a new tour manager, or he's assistant tour manager and road manager, but he, Ryder, you know, we had to tell him, like, hey, like, it's cool when he's not here, like when you know he's not going to be here, but like, don't eat fast food up here. Like,
Yeah.
But honestly, I think that's it.
Okay.
Like, we're pretty we're
Laid
pretty
back.
chill.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so who in the band would use "I'm with William Beckman's band" as a pickup line?
Seki.
Of course, I knew you were gonna say that. No offense, Seth. Okay, I met him like once.
No, I've never heard him do that. But if I had to choose out of everybody, no. Can I take it back?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
We'll edit it out.
We'll
Not really,
go
but-
Seth and Sammy.
Okay.
Okay, Sammy's the keys.
But
Yes.
Sammy's more likely to talk about how his uncle is in Tracy Bird's band.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
well,
like
that's
a
kinda
running
cooler. No
joke with
offense.
us. Is like, because sometimes he'll get drunk and he'll say it again to us, and we're like, we know.
Yeah.
You're like,
But
okay.
yeah, Seth or Sammy.
Okay. Who in the band is most likely to cause mild chaos before sound check?
Me.
Of course.
Yeah, me or me or Sammy.
Okay.
But not even Sammy. I'll go with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What has been the most heated argument the band has had? I can't wait.
Almost all the time it's about football.
Okay. Everybody
But
said
we
on a
got
different
into
team.
a big conversation one time about whether it is Reese's or Reese's.
Oh.
I think it's Reese's.
Reese's.
Okay, there we go. I thought I was gonna have to walk out of here.
Right.
Yeah, no, we had a good buddy of ours that was with us for a while, and he says Reese's, and I was like,
We're not doing
no, no. So you say Reese's Pieces? Like, no, like, no, same thing. No, absolutely not. But really, it's football. So one time, Sammy is a UT guy.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. But he was all pumped up, and he thought Texas was going to beat OU that year, and OU won. And Sammy had walked down to the bus and was like, Steven, and this dude just could not hold it in, and he goes, Boomer. And he had like a Topo Chico, and he just poured it in his lap, you know.
Oh,
Never got to fisticuffs or anything like
Yeah,
that, or
that's
even
funny.
yelling, but I think he was more in shock of just like, he just did that, you know.
Poured it
But
on
yeah,
him.
no, for us, most of the time, it's over stupid things like how you pronounce things or football.
Okay.
Most of the time, football. Yeah, because we have, you know, Seth went to school at UGA. We have a UT, and then me and most of the rest are Tech fans, so it
That's
gets
fun,
a
though.
little heated.
Good
Oh, and now
combination.
I think we have an A&M.
I was like, I don't have any
Personally.
ags.
I think we have one.
I hope so.
Yep.
All right. Who takes an excessive amount of time picking out their stage outfit?
It wouldn't be the one you'd think it would be. You'd think it would be William Beckman.
Yeah.
But he has like such a good like selection with all those dang jackets he has, and usually he's the one you never see like change into anything else. He'll
Yeah.
just come in and ask Sammy, because Sammy's the more like fashionable out of us. Weirdly enough, cut off sleeves and tattoos everywhere. But he'll come in and look at Sammy and be like, yeah, and he's like, yeah.
He
But
just needs his approval.
yeah,
Thumbs up.
Yeah.
that's hard. I'd say maybe Seth. It's either Seth or me.
Okay.
Yeah, just because it's kind of in that back room, it gets a little tight when you're trying to like get stuff out
Put
and
on your
everybody's going.
pants.
But yeah, either Seth or me.
Okay. We just got a couple more. Who in the band acts as a therapist to the group?
Oh hell, I'd probably say me, but really, ultimately, like Jeremy. Like
Okay.
Jeremy's one of the greatest band leaders I've ever come across, and I used to do that job, so like I understand. You know, you have you have to stay at a level playing field, you know, and fight for both sides and be fair and all that. But, you know, I think we all kind of are to each other, though. You know, like we're right at that 3-year mark, so like we're all like getting even closer than we already were. But yeah, Jeremy or Matthew Polo are two good people to go to that just like won't judge you, like, you know. Like,
And Jeremy's the TM?
No, that's drummer.
Okay,
yeah, so the
gotcha.
drummer and band leader.
Okay,
yeah.
nice. If the band had to compete in a rodeo event, who would be thrown off the bull first?
William Beckman. Hands down.
Slash, did you do rodeo? Because you've mentioned it a couple
No,
times.
I've been on like 2 bulls in my life when I
Okay.
was like younger.
How many seconds?
Bunch of no count. yeah, or maybe 1.
Okay.
You know, and it's funny because I grew up with a fellow named Bonner Bolton. You know, and he was in PBR for a long time, broke his neck, made this miraculous comeback, was on Dancing with the Stars, all this stuff. But like his dad's like legend in bull riding. So I grew up a lot out there, like riding steers with him and stuff. And at that time, we're the same age. He was already on bulls, but yeah, he gave me a hard time because he's in Stephenville, and I always felt super proud of getting on those 2 like smaller bulls. And he told me, he was like, "Well, you know why one of them was named Oreo, right?" And I was like, "No." He's like, "Because it was the least ranked bull we had." And I was like, "Why couldn't you just let me have it?"
yeah.
Like, one thing.
I lasted 1 second. You could just let me have that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I love rodeo though. My mom was a barrel racer, you know, and
Cool.
grew me up around horses. My granddad worked on the Rockaby, breaking the horses, you know, and always loved it. Big fan of it. I freak out more about rodeo people than I do like musicians. Like
They're like your celebrities.
Oh, in Stephenville, Jim Sharp was at the Twist. And like I had concrete in my boots, I couldn't move, and I was like, my buddy knew him. I was like, dude, please introduce me to Razor. Like that's one of my all-time favorites. But yeah, love rodeo. I think me and Ryder are like the only 2 rodeo guys. The rest are kind of like, eh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Who's the diva?
Don't even get me in trouble.
You can say yourself on.
I mean,
question.
honestly, kind of all of us. At times, right? We all have our moments where we're like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Like, no, like I think across the board for most bands, I'd say almost every band, like the singer is always gonna be
naturally
have their days of diva. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of how much. You know, with William Beckman, it's really easy. He just needs a nap. You know, like, yeah. He's just cranky or needs some food. He's hungry.
Yeah. So just 2 more. In a horror film, who would be the first to die, and why do they not have good survival skills?
Man, I would say it would be a tie between William Beckman and Seth. But Seth's like a good size, you know what I mean? Like he could probably hold his own for a while, but just Beck,
So you think William will be a goner?
Yeah. Also, he just, you know, I don't know.
Like you gotta outsmart him.
At the same time, like Beck was raised on, you know, in cattle, you know that, so he's tough.
Probably just like sweet talk the killer, be like, don't.
Yeah.
Man,
You don't want me.
Yeah, he's like, I'll sing to you, don't kill me.
no, that's what he would do because
Yeah.
he does that to us. Like I tell people, like the whole singing into people's eyes, because everybody thought I was gonna be mad at him because he had Tracy by the hand, was singing
I
into
saw
her
that.
eyes
That
in
was
Austin.
I didn't see that.
And I was
that
like,
was cute.
Was
I
she
was
on
happy.
stage?
I was like, dude, no, he does that to us on the bus daily, and he's just singing some random thing that he just made up, but just straight into your eyes, and you feel so uncomfortable. Like,
Honestly,
so
I
maybe
wish
so
I
that
could
might
sing.
be
Yeah.
his defense.
He might win.
Yeah, I'd say either him or Seth. I don't know.
Yeah.
That one's hard.
That's funny.
Jeremy would outlive all of us.
He'd be the
drummer,
winner?
yeah,
The survivor.
him or Bobby.
Do you have any strange pre-show rituals?
I don't know how. I guess it's strange. I'm weirdly enough a big fan of rap. Like I love rap music. Like get me motivated type of thing. Kind of get in the zone. So yeah, I kind of have my earbuds in and I just kind of go off somewhere quiet and just kind of think about everything.
What rappers are we listening to?
Man, I'm gonna get roasted for this, man. I've always been a big Drake fan. Like ever since he came out, like was a big fan of him. I don't know, like I'm a bass player, so I naturally love like bass and drums, you know. So like I've always been a big beats guy. Like that's one thing I've always wanted to do that never did, was like make beats. It's more about the beats, because we had a photographer at one time, you know, that was in that community of rap, and he was like, how do you relate to this? I was like, I don't. I was like, I don't relate to the words. I like the flow. I like the sound. You know what I mean? I was like, with Drake stuff, you know, especially being like kind of similar ages, like coming up, the things he was going through at that time, like made sense to me. So like, yeah, those words, not so much these days, because I don't have like a bunch of money and, you know, I don't have a private jet and stuff. Yeah. But like, yeah, no, dream. That it's more about just like, especially like heavy lyricists, like, you know, Wu-Tang, A Tribe Called Quest, you know, that's more hip hop days. But yeah, that's probably it. We got way left field with the rap there. But yeah, no, that's it. I kind of like to be alone. In Tristan's band, we like to smack each other. Like,
in the face?
Oh, we were real into that, yeah.
Would it get the adrenaline going?
He used to dry scoop pre-workout. Yeah.
Oh.
And there was a musician at one time that came by as he was doing it, because he would do it out there in the open right next to the guitar vault before we go out, and we'd smack each other. And we had a musician at one time that walked by, and he just chuckled, and he goes, "Oh, y'all do the legal stuff," and just walked off. And we were like, "What does that mean, dude?"
Stop it. He's like,
Yeah.
Y'all just hit each other and do pre-workout.
Yeah. No, that one was there. With Beck's band, like, it's probably one of the first bands that, like, we don't really have a pre-show ritual other than we just, like, give each other nuts or, like, say something to each other, like, yeah, let's go get it or whatever. But all the other bands, we had what we'd call, like, the piggyback song, right, from Almost Famous, like, how they all huddle up.
Yeah.
We all had songs that we would do and stuff like that. You know, Dalton in those heydays, his pre-show messages were legendary.
I bet.
It's the weirdest... the weirdest thing you could ever hear that got you so motivated. You're like, yeah, I'm going to go punch everybody with music, you know? But yeah, that's probably it. It's not too weird. I just kind of like go off and get in my zone, you know, kind of away from everybody.
Yeah.
The darkest place I can find.
Going back, just since you won Bass Player of the Year for TCMA, looking back on your career, what is one pivotal moment that means a lot to you?
Oh, man, there's so many. I mean, like from Red Rocks to Opry, all those happened just with Beck. Pivotal, though. So I was kind of a hermit coming out of college, you know, didn't drink at all, like anything like that. And I was just always practicing. And I met Dalton Domino. And I'd already been playing with Randall King for about like 2 or 3 years at that time. We were college roommates and everything. But I got this call from this very strange person named Dalton Domino, and I was like, weird name, you know, kind of out there kind of guy. And we would go to these sheds. It was literally a shed, had no air conditioning, anything. And a bunch of bands, Flatland, a bunch of people like rotated it. Either way, get through the rehearsal. It was like the third rehearsal before the show that changed everything for Dalton, changed everything for us. Was selling Blue Light out on a Tuesday. Nobody had ever done it before. But that night before, it's a Monday. And if y'all don't know anything about the Mondays at Blue Light, they're like sacred. That's the singer-songwriter night. You go in there, you shut up. And it's where everybody from Weibo and Josh Abbott, all of them, that's where they hone their craft. And it's no judgments, quite the opposite. You get constructive criticism, all that stuff. But, you know, for me, it's the day before the show. So I was like, nah, I'm going to go back and, you know, wood shop a little bit more, practice a little bit more. And Dalton Domino looked me in the eyes. Changed my life forever. Looked me in the eyes and he goes, no, you've practiced enough. I've heard you. He goes, you're going to go to Blue Light tonight. You're going to make friends. And you're going to tell them about our show tomorrow.
I love that.
He's like, you're going to make sure they're at the show. And it changed my life. Like, because it taught me, because, and this happens with a lot of younger artists, they hear the word networking and they shy away because they think it's ass kissing. It's not ass kissing. The veterans know the minute you start ass kissing, the minute you stop, and they won't mess with you after that. No, you just go talk to them like a normal person, you know. And once he kind of showed me that, it was like the floodgates open. I wanted to be friends with everybody. Like I wanted to just run around and just talk about music and play music with people and see bands like Flatland and those guys just like grow and all this. I owe everything to Dalton Domino and him saying that. Like, you know, we always joke about it because I didn't drink until I met Dalton Domino.
Yeah.
But no, he showed me that it's okay to like go out there and talk to people and like, you know, show yourself and see who they are. You know, my mom always had a saying, you know, if you can't get along with somebody over a beer, odds are you can't get along with them in business. You know, and I think that's true to like networking. Networking. It's making friends.
Yeah.
You know,
it's
who knows what they can do
relationships.
for you? Who knows what you can do for them? It's not about that. You know what I mean? That time will come. But yeah, changed my life.
So we're sitting here in Cowboys and Cadillacs in New Braunfels. It's such an iconic and cool new bar that brought something brand new, not only for the music space, but just the city in general. So how did you connect with Cameron, and what is your role here at Cowboys and Cadillacs for people that might not know yet?
Is he still here?
I think he's in the back somewhere.
Okay. So he we're mutual friends with Randall King. And Randall's birthday, and I'm actually going to share a funny story. He's going to murder me. Randall will. So Randall's birthday is on January 1st. So we go out New Year's, party for him and everything, and we were doing that in Fort Worth at that like speakeasy under Cowboy Channel. And on the way there, like Kim and them were with us, and I was like the 16th wheel. This was like 3 years ago, I think. But like I was like the 16th wheel, like everybody else, 17th wheel, whatever.
There's like a lot of couples and then you.
So I made a joke to Randall, and I go, well, I guess I'm going to have to go out in the stockyards and find me a New Year's kiss, you know, just joking. And Randall, with all seriousness, and he was trying to be sweet, because he's not an egotistical person at all, quite the opposite. And Randall just, man, if you need to use my name to get her down here. He's like, you can. And I go, brother, I appreciate that, but that's not going to work. And he goes, I go, not because you're not big enough. You're big enough. I go, because all I do is talk shit about you when I'm not around you. And it's true. I make up rumors about him. Anytime I see just a stranger wearing a shirt, I'm like, man, see, he's an ugly son of a bitch, but he's pretty good at music, you know? He's not. He's a good-looking dude, but, like, that's the Lubbock way. We talk shit about our friends, you know?
Have you ever seen Tires? Have you watched that show?
Oh, yeah.
You're
Great
like
show.
the person that starts the rumors about his
Shane?
man.
Yeah.
He just starts
Shane
random
Gillis.
rumors and gets back to him, and he's like, where did you hear this?
Dude, we did, that was a Lubbock thing, though. It's like we all did that to each other because it's such a small place. Everybody knows it's not true.
Yeah.
But, like, we used to do that with Cleto back in the day. Like, in Lubbock, we would tell people that he was, like, just, like, this super mean person. He's not. He's the sweetest human being on this earth. But no, either way. So that was kind of like, we had met once before, but that was kind of our intro to like, oh, okay, like you're a shithead too.
Yeah.
You're
But no,
a shithead just like
we were at that party and we were sitting there just kind of talking stuff, and you know he started talking about this place that he was building. And I was like, cool, man, like where in New Braunfels? And he was like, downtown. And I was like, yeah, but like where? Like,
I'm trying to imagine it.
I've been down.
Free real estate.
Yeah.
He started talking about this place, and you know, Randall just did the intro, and he was like, hell, well, if you're looking for a booking agent or a talent buyer, you know, this dude knows everybody in the scene just because I've been around so long and drink so much tequila. But
It's the networking.
yeah, no, so that kind of happened, and then me and Cameron didn't really talk for a while because I was living out in Austin and everything, and I moved out here. I think it was day one that I moved here. He was like, you still want to do it? I was like, yeah. Like, what are y'all wanting to do? Like, is this acoustic? Is it full band? He's like, it's everything. So none of this was here. It was like about 6 months from being close to done. But like, yeah, no, just seeing that was like, okay, like there's a lot we can do with this. And we're still really young. So like it's even going to get better, you know, than it already is.
Yeah, it's a great space up there.
Yep.
Well, obviously here, but the stage makes it.
Yeah, Miss Shayna, man, she knows how to decorate for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's stunning in here.
Yeah.
I would love to know where everything is the thing. I'm sure it's like from all over.
Yeah.
I was very excited when they said they put the Christmas stuff up because I was like, I
I
cannot
know, it
wait to
looks
see
cute.
how she did this.
And for people who haven't been to Cowboys and Cadillacs in New Braunfels, we're talking about the stage. It's on like a 3rd-story rooftop.
Second
Or it's
story.
on the second story, but there's another
Yeah.
bar above it, 3rd story. But it's really cool. It's on the corner of a busy street in downtown New Braunfels. So the music carries so well down to the street, brings people in. So if you haven't been here yet, come check it out.
That's actually the cool thing. I always wondered when it was being built. I was like, just with like the sound ordinance, and I was like, there's obviously a bunch of bars down here that play music. I'm like, it's gonna be open. How is that gonna work?
Yeah.
But it's perfect.
Yeah.
Because I
so-
love walking down right here and always hearing it, and it's kind of like surround sound. Like I never know I obviously know where it's coming from, but if I didn't know where it was coming from, I wouldn't know where it was
See,
coming from.
that was kind of like a blessing in disguise because when we were first thinking about like the physics of all that, we were just kind of like, well, we see. So they measure all that stuff ground level, or they have to do it where the front door is, right? So like right there. So we'd have like meters and stuff, and the cars were louder than the music was. Like you could tell it'd spike every time a car went by. But no, it's kind of a blessing in disguise because like if somebody doesn't know who the artist is or doesn't know about this place, they're kind of getting like a little sneak preview of like, man, that guy sounds really good. Like it's on the 2nd story. Like let's go up there and see what's going on.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But no, it's been a real blessing. This whole family, the Corzine family, like are amazing people. It's we were just talking about how his mom wrestled me into doing some labor here, and you know, his brother was just like, man, I'm sorry you have to do this. I was like, nah, this is just like my mom, man. Like,
Yeah.
I get
Put
it.
me to
Like,
work.
there's a able body here. Like you're helping now, you know. But yeah. But no, it's just really great people that care a lot about this town, a lot. It's traditions, you know, everything else. That's another thing. Is just this whole town's like traditions, the festivals, Worst Fest, you know, everything else in between. It's just such a cool place. I think it's a cool addition, you know.
Absolutely.
So it's a little different, you know.
Bring something new.
It's like, you know, putting I don't know how to compare it, but you know, yeah, it's
Because you can't.
yeah, it's been very, very special. Were y'all able to come to the Braxton and Beckman show?
You were here.
I got the tail end of it.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, and that was just kind of that was a hint of where we're trying to go with it. You know what I mean? Like the dining experience, the music and all that, and then still offering, you know, every now and then a major show where everything comes out and it's a venue on top of a roof.
Yeah.
Which
it's
is super
awesome.
cool, but like, yeah, it's been really great.
It's awesome. Well, obviously you have a break coming up. Do y'all have any like holiday plans? What do you fill your time with since y'all aren't going to be on the road right now?
So Beck does the Las Posadas tour. So and it's all for charity. It started when him and McConaughey were doing all proceeds went to Uvalde. And it was right kind of a little bit after that terrible thing happened. And it's kind of blossomed into, I think they did the first 2 years for Uvalde, and now it's blossomed into they kind of have a new, you know, benefit
Like
that they
charity,
do it for. Yeah, but it goes like hotcakes. It's insane. Like it sells out like the instant it happens. But it's more of a jazz. Like it's crooner. He's doing Sinatra. You know, he's doing all the Christmas songs like that. He sprinkles in a couple of his, but no, the band he gets for it is some of the greatest like players. I'm not much of a jazz player.
I would love
I'm
to
actually
see you up there.
I'm actually taking bass lessons from the guy that I've it's weird to say I've never had bass lessons and like so I'm taking
cool.
them from the guy that fills my spot. Sean Bird, one of the greatest. He plays with Soul Sessions.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys. Incredible bass player. But yeah, no, like it was kind of weird at first. The first year they did it, I was like, wait, what? Like, I don't get to play?
Yeah.
I don't care about the money. I don't get to play?
Yeah.
Like, but no, like, I finally got to go see the show last year. Me and Tracy went, and I was like, okay. Like, I get it now.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's super cool. And if you get a chance to go, like, you have to go.
Yeah.
Brontex, both nights sell out, like, instantly. But, yeah, no, it's kind of a cool, like, you get all dressed up in a suit. And
It's fun.
Get fancy.
yeah. But
Christmas.
for me, usually it's pulling my hair out. you know, because I'm a road dog that's not on the road.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but no, this year we kind of joked with Beck is like I'm fully ready for it. It's been kind of a crazy year, going everywhere and flights and everything, and I get to see my girlfriend now, and
Yes, love her.
get to catch up on work here because I mean there's a good 2 months I wasn't up here. I had no idea what was going on. I get updates on my phone, but
Like, cool.
yeah, no, and since I have this break, I get to take in more of New Braunfels during the winter time, you know, during the holidays. So
Yeah.
that's super cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. And where can people follow you on Instagram to see pictures of your stank face on stage?
It's just my name at Michael Moad. Yeah, MOAD.
Cool. Everyone give him a follow. Well, thank you, Michael, for coming on the
Thank y'all.
podcast and for
And
having
y'all
us
are
in your
killing
space.
it. I want to tell y'all, me and real quick, me and Billy from Road Dog, you know, he does his podcast and his webisodes and everything up there. We were talking at the TCMAs and y'all's name got brought up too, but like what y'all and he are doing is like huge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The scene needs more of it. Like, and I can't wait to see y'all get even more crazier interviews. But
Wow.
yeah.
Don't make me
We
cry.
appreciate that. Yeah.
Well, no, like it is, you
Crying.
know, like
Crying.
especially from our side of things, we see it. You know what I mean? Like we see it when it's like cool content that's like showing a little bit more about our world in a really cool way. So
Well,
y'all are doing great.
appreciate that.
Yeah, we really
man.
do.
I'm sure I've told both of y'all this separate while I'm drunk.
We heard it
Yes.
at Poor House, and I was like, Michael,
I was
stop.
gonna say, honestly, shout out to Michael. Michael was like our biggest fan out in New Braunfels when he's wasted.
Yeah,
Go
oh, no.
home.
I get
Yeah.
real nice. Like I think I'm a nice guy, but like I'm a lush when I get drunk. I'm just like, I love all of you so much, but like I mean that. Like as sober, we're sober now.
yeah, that's
So,
what
like,
Honestly,
No, I
Yeah.
really do mean that because like it's
Thank you.
it's those type of mediums, you know, especially with social media and how all it works now, TikTok, you know, all that stuff. Like there's a lot of artists that like aren't getting into that as much, you know what I mean? So like y'all are helping shine the light and get them more into that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? So it's awesome. And y'all are doing it in the hub, like both of y'all and Billy from Road Dog.
Yeah.
Y'all are covering the hub, you know.
We gotta cover the hood.
On Halloween, I literally ran up to Madison. I was like, oh my God, Michael Moad said the nicest things about
Oh,
us.
yeah.
I was just
Halloween
like,
too. I was
yes.
in that alien costume.
Yeah, I was like, we're having like such a deep convo, and like you're being so nice, and your alien outfit's like swaying in the wind.
So funny. I loved it.
A little fan.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all are so great. Y'all are so awesome.
Well,
But
you
no,
were
I mean
bumping
that.
into it. Yeah.
I mean that.
so
Y'all keep killing it.
funny.
Y'all are doing great, man.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you.
Appreciate
Absolutely.
it.
Yes.
Well, again, thank you so much for being on the podcast. Had a blast with you, like always. And again, this has been the Twin Rivers Music Scene Podcast with your hosts, Madison and Reed. And our guest, again, Bass Player of the Year, Michael Moad. Bye.
Yeah, no worries.
No venue too far, any song at every bar. Here to cover your needs. Twin Rivers Music Scene.